ladies and gentlemen. It's a beautiful day here in Roseburg, Oregon, and we are currently at the Roseburg Indoor. Welcome back to today's video. Beautiful sunset here in the Northwest, and we are doing some winter outlaw kart racing just an hour north of my shop. Welcome back to today's show. Excited that you guys get to hang out with me, and we're back in the family Holmes Racing ride. So we're gonna be running our own operation tonight, and we're gonna be trying to take down night number 1 of the Turkey Shootout. Now, if you guys remember, last year we actually swept both nights of this event, so our goal is to once again do that and go back to back. Pays $500 to win today and $1,000 to win the finale tomorrow, so that would be a solid weekend of outlaw kart racing, and definitely we just gotta come out of the box swinging to start and try to get a good qualifying lap here and see where that sets us up and try to keep our car balanced all night long and make it better as the racing surface will change. Just got back to the trailer after open class qualifying. That's going to open up our weekend. We have 19 cars in my division and a couple really solid hitters from down in California, so it's definitely by no means going to be an easy 2 nights. Ended up 5th quick out of that 19, so kind of slacking a little bit in qualifying. Felt like I had 2 laps. Didn't really feel like they were great. Track still felt a little bit greasy, but time-wise, like, I'm super close to where I need to be. My lap time was an 8.0 and quick time was a 7.9, so you figure like 1/10 was the difference between me and quick time, which I kind of need to find when the racetrack's a little bit more hooked up and kind of almost soft and just really, really grippy. It's just about building speed, and I just need to find a little bit. But now we're going to be heading out for a heat race, starting front row outside. We need to try to win this to overall get a good result between the 2 heats to start farther up in the A. I'm starting next to the 86J of Jesse Caldwell, who I've had like plenty of good battles with in my time in the open class, so I'm sure this will be another exciting heat race. I think if I can just get a good start and try to get a nose on him into 1, I might be able to kind of chop and take the line away and then carry speed around the high side for the rest of the 8 laps. But not going to make any changes. Car feels good, just going to let the track come to us and kind of see after we actually get in race trim here where we're at.
I want to put a little fuel in it.
Yeah, I was going to do that right now.
So, I mean, you were gone from Jesse.
I pulled away from Jesse?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, you know, I don't know if I sounded nervous in the last clip, but if you ever, you know, are up against, you know, guys you race against all the time and they qualify ahead of you, that's definitely not always a good thing, or it's definitely not a good thing. But with this format, qualifying doesn't matter much here at Roseburg. I just knew starting next to Jesse, I was gonna have to get a good start. And honestly, where I qualified kind of benefited me because the tops ran in, the bottom's still greasy, and I even think the top's still greasy in some spots. Like the racetrack has a lot of water in it and a lot of moisture, and I don't think it's gonna be going anywhere anytime soon tonight. Overall though, we did our job, got a really good start on the high side, kind of took the lead into 1, and from there never looked back. So gonna make maybe a few small changes with air pressure to try to get through some of those rougher spots, and now it's gonna be all about battling from the back, as I'm gonna start 5th, Jesse's gonna start 6th, and we're gonna have to try to weasel our way all the way to the front. And if I can go 1-1 in our heats, that should put me on the front row of the A main event, which is the goal. So that was a hard heat just for the start of it, but now it's about to get a little bit tougher as we really got to pass some cars and make some hay going forward. Well, that heat got way more physical than I was hoping. I was just trying to see if I could get as far towards the front as possible, and a couple things went my way, but there was a crash in front of me early, which I hit and bent up my right side Nerf bar. You can kind of see that right there. And then I ended up making a dumb decision. I caught a hole wrong and spun across the track in 1 and 2 with just a couple to go. And I don't know if I just overdrove it or what happened, but it was my fault. I made a mistake and spun into the 86. He shot across the track, rolled my knuckle, and then my car drove obviously very poorly, and I was able to hold on for third after going back and forth with another guy. But just racetrack is, you know, like I talked about how it was physical, it's just kind of like that right now. It's cowboy up, it's on the gas, the bottom's, you know, greasy, so it's just hard to make anything work down there. It just hasn't rolled all the way in yet, and we're all just fighting. We're just fighting hard to go as far to the front, I guess, as we can. But that should put us in the first 2 rows. Wish we would have ran second there, because I think that would have clinched us the pole spot, but we're not far off where we need to be, and we'll just try to get this thing patched back together, and we'll have 25 laps ahead of us. So after everyone's results shook up, we actually ended up technically being second in points, tied for the top with none other than the guy we've been racing all night long, the 86J of Jesse Caldwell. So he's on the pole because he qualified higher than I did, and I will be starting front row outside. Yeah, I mean, you guys probably guessed it, but this is gonna be a barn burner, I'm thinking. The racetrack is still very similar. We ended up fixing everything that went south with the 18T, bent the Nerf bar, got the knuckle back where it's supposed to go. And right now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of shaking my head like not sure if I should change anything. Car feels good. Part of me feels like I don't want to change anything to put ourselves in a worse position. And at the same time, you have to ask yourself, like, what exactly am I searching for? Because right now I feel like the car's a little tight in, but it's snappy loose everywhere else. It's like I get tight in, and then as I try to drive it harder, if I get myself in a bad spot, then it wants to spin or whatnot. So it's almost like I need to do my job a little bit better behind the wheel and maybe just deal with the race car. Like, it's good enough to win. I just got to go out there and run the best race possible. We got 25 laps upcoming. I guess I'm gonna think on it another minute, but you guys will know after the feature. We're close. I think if we get out front, especially in clean air, our car's gonna be good, and I'll be able to more work on hitting my line. It's easier to make mistakes when you're trying to overdrive to catch the car in front of you. So it's gonna be important to try to get a good start and just control the race in the 18T. But heading out here in just a minute, like I said, 25 laps, $500 to win, and everything should be a go for us to have a shot at parking it in victory lane. left front knuckle? Yeah, the left front knuckle's rolled.
They're both rolled. Left's a little bit worse.
Oh, the right's rolled too?
Just a tiny bit, not bad. Oh no, maybe it's not.
Okay, so it started to rain, so we pushed everything in. Just got done with the feature, a lot of chaos, and a very bad finish for us. I don't know where we ended up. It really doesn't matter. I'm actually lucky I even decided to stay out there and finish the race. I almost just pulled off after I got destroyed with a couple laps to go. And how I look at things, like, unless we're the dominant car and you can see that, there's always something to be worked on. Like, I think we had close pace tonight. We're not far off, but it's tough with the 4-stroke in this package and the bumps when it's hooked up. Like, it's good, but man, it seems like it gets a little bit more inconsistent than the 500s when they can just keep their wheels spinning. So battled with Jesse early on the first lap, got a good start, but from there it was mainly just a restart game, and we never even have a chance to run a lot of green flag laps and race and start changing your lines. You're always trying to fend off, like, you know, he was trying to fend me off, I'm trying to fend the guys off behind me, and we're trying to single file out and not crash, which then eventually I just get wiped out with a couple to go, running third, and it just sucks. Like, it's just not, we're not racing out there. It's just trying not to get wiped out and trying not to wipe out other people. And I think a little part of that was the surface. I mean, the surface tonight just wasn't very racy. So hopefully get something better tomorrow. The frustrating thing I talked about, lacking speed and kind of just feeling like we could be better all night. When I did put the car on the scales this week, our numbers are off and I can't get them to where I need them. Like, something is off with this car. So I'm not letting that affect me, but like, I'm trying to figure it out. But like, we are definitely off and not where we're supposed to be. So wanted to share that with you because maybe that adds to it. But we showed up tonight with our car not where it usually is, and there's nothing I can really do about it, if that makes sense. So maybe something's bent, something's wrong. I don't know how, because before tonight, we never really hit anything, but something's off. So they're working on the racetrack right now. I figured I'd walk up here and kind of just end the video with this. Our goal tomorrow is to not even be in a position like we were tonight. I'm gonna try to get real creative with the race car in the morning, see what I can do, try to get it better. It's not gonna be perfect where I want it, but we gotta find something. So I'm determined. Tonight upset me. A lot of things upset me about it, but all we can do is put it behind us and use it as motivation now to go and kick butt tomorrow. So we're gonna get creative with the race car, we're gonna get it better, and we're not even gonna try and put ourselves in a position like that where something reckless can be done to us, because it's just reckless. I mean, it's simply just, it's unbelievable. So, not the finish we wanted tonight, but tomorrow's the finale and the night that counts. See you guys all there. Deuces.